So that way I got two sets of it. It didn't record, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, the lesson for today is fractions. What's a does either one of you know what a fraction is?
No.
Tegan, what's fraction?
It's like divided,
Like divided by? You think so? So you're kind of right. So we're going to talk about 3 different fractions. We got the 1 whole, which isn't a fraction, is it?
No.
Then we got 1/2. Then what do you think we got? What will be next? Do you know? Next is 1/4. And the next one is
1/5.
8. Wonder why that is. Do you know why it goes down like that? Which one's the biggest?
8.
8's the biggest? Are you sure?
4.
Are you sure?
2.
No. Let's figure it
1.
out. 1's the biggest because why? You have 1 whole. Okay? So we'll teach you how to look. So to learn what 1/2 is, we take our whole, and what do you think we'd have to do to our whole? What would
Half it.
Half it. So we have how many halves?
2.
Well, I'm not going to cut the apple first. Let's cut the paper first. You got paper. If you fold it in half, just like this, you'll be able to have 2 half pieces. And you'll have a nice line to cut it into 2 halves. So we're going to cut it in half, just like this. So while you're working on that, so see, I've got 2 halves of 1 whole piece, right? So is this bigger than both of them put together? Is this bigger, or is it just half of it?
Half of it.
Half of it. So if somebody says, can I have half of your sandwich? You tear it in half, right? But what if you have 2 more friends?
Put it in a 4.
In a 4. Is a 4th make it smaller?
Yes.
Yes, or does it make it bigger?
Smaller.
It makes it smaller, but it makes us have more. It makes your piece smaller. Now, let's fold these in half. We'll fold these little ones in half. And look, by itself, it's like 1 whole. Uh-oh. That's okay. It looks like 1 whole piece. And it makes its own half, don't it? But those halves, after you cut all both of them, you'll have 1/4 and 1/4. TT, I think we're cutting it the wrong way, but that's okay. Did you cut up your line, or are you cutting up the middle? You're supposed to cut your line like this. Cut your fold, like your fold's right here. Yeah, it's okay. You can cut up the fold, because we're going to cut up the fold again in a second. Okay? It's not a big deal. So now how many pieces do we have? How many pieces do we have? 4. So what's 1 piece called? 1 piece of the 4 is called what? What's 1 piece called?
1/4.
1/4. So what happens if you take 1/4 and 1/4 and put them back together? What do you have?
1/8. 1/2.
No, let's think about it. Let's look at this. If you have a 4th, here's your 1 whole. We'll look at the 1 whole. It's the big circle. Then you cut it in half. That's this line, right? 1/4 is this line. That makes it make 4. But when you have 1/4 and 1/4, that's wrong number. 1/4 and 1/4, what does the 2 of them make?
1/8.
Does it take up half of it? Does it take up a quarter? We don't add the 4, so we got 1/4. When we add fractions, we have to add them silly. 1/4 plus 1/4 equals, we add the top number only. 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 4 comes over. So what's 2/4? That's just having 2 pieces, isn't it? But when you put these 2 pieces together, how much of that piece of paper do you have? Do you have a quarter? Or do you have half? Or a whole?
Half.
Half. So see, when you get 2/4 like this, well, 4 and 2, are they related? How many times? What's 2 plus 2?
4.
4. So I don't know. We won't go that far because y'all are on 3rd grade. We'll just wait. But anyway, so what happens when you add 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4? How many fourths do you have?
3/4.
3/4. Well, and if you put that one more on it, how many fourths do you have?
4/4.
4/4. And what does 4/4 equal? 1 whole. You got 1 whole piece of paper again, don't you? Look. So, what if I had 8 friends? 8 friends who wanted part of my piece of paper. How many more times am I going to have to cut this piece of paper? Each piece is going to have to cut how many more times?
1.
Because you got 2. Let's cut all of your pieces in half. Can you cut all your pieces in half? Fold them in half. And we will cut those. Hope both support. Yeah.
All of them? All of them together?
If you want to. I'm cutting all of mine together because it just takes less time.
Okay.
And then I want you to tell me what you got. Yeah, like that. Now just cut up the fold. Wherever the fold's at, that's where you cut.
Wherever the fold is, right here?
Want me to help you take it?
Yeah.
I think we got all this. All of yours is all excited. Here, we'll just do it like this. Since you put 2 of them real silly. We'll put them like this. Put these 2B ones in here and then fold it like this. And then you can just cut it right through here.
Oh.
And then you have see how many pieces you got. Yes, cut through there.
I lost one of them.
You
Okay,
did. So how many friends can we feed with that one piece of paper now? With that one sandwich. We'll pretend it's a sandwich. How many friends can we feed?
8.
8. Because they get how much of the 1 whole? Do they
4.
get 2 of the 1 whole? Or do they just get 1 of the 1 whole? Quit
1.
bumping the table because you're bumping the camera. So they each get 1/8, right? That's 1/8. Let's go erase all this. So what about our thing up here? How did that change? How did our circle change? Who knows how our circle changed? You know how it changed? You want to make it the pizza pie? Make it 8?
8?
You want to make it 8 slices out of 4?
Me.
You want to try? Okay, let's see if you can do it. Oh, look at smart. Being very smart. Now, how many more do you need to make it even? Look at that. Really? How many pieces do you have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you, Miss. Each one of them, like you cut this one in half, you cut this one in half, and this one in half. What did you do this one? We cut it in half. Good job. Now, do you know how many pieces do you have? You want to number them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa, we can feed 8 friends a slice of pizza, huh? Yeah, good job. Okay. Now this is going to be the tricky part. How do we take the 8 and make it back to the 1 whole? What if we have 3 of these? How much is it? If we have pieces of pizza. And we have 3 of them. What's that fraction say?
3/8.
That's right, it's 3/8. What if we have 2 pieces of this pizza? Which, we'll learn about that. 2/8. You know how many times 2 will go in 8?
4.
4. So that reduces to 1/4. Because why? 2 slices is 1/4 of a pizza. See that? That's part of the fractions you're learning. That's part of those factors you're learning in math, isn't it? Yeah, learn how to multiply. See, that teaches fractions work on multiplication too, don't they? Okay, so how are we going to get this back to a whole pizza? How are we going to make it whole again?
Put them
What do we have to do?
together.
Tegan, make them back into quarters. Here, let me erase the numbers. I want you to make the pie back into quarters. Can you do that? How would we do that? How can we make the pie back into quarters? Which lines would we have to erase? Want me to move it up for you? Want to come over here so you can reach it? Come on this side so you can reach it there. Oh yeah, look at her being smart. Now, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now, let's be tricky. The next one is quarters. We got quarters. Autumn, you want to make it half? Make it back into a half? How would we make it back to a half? What? You're erasing my lines. Oh no. Now what? I don't think I'm supposed to do that. Look at that. How many's in a half? How many pieces?
2.
2. Holy cow. You know what you need to do? What you need to do? Make it into what? One whole. Because Keegan's hungry and she don't want to share her food this morning with her friends.
She doesn't eat pizza in the morning.
She don't. Maybe we do eat pizza in the morning. Nobody knows.
Yeah, we
I know
do.
that.
Sometimes.
So, what do we got? This piece is
1 whole.
1/8.
8. 1
2/8 are the same as
2/8. 4.
2/8 or
1/4.
1/4. 4 pieces
4.
of our paper are the same as, look, we got 4 in each hand.
Same as
1, 2, 1/2. That's right, because we started out with 1 piece of paper and we cut it into the same pieces. So if we put them all together, how much do we have? 1/8. 1
Whole. 1 whole.
All of our pieces together make 1 whole piece.
Oh.
So what do you think about that? You think you can think about that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
So how much is 1?
1 whole.
1 piece of our paper?
1/8. 1/8.
1/8. How much is 2 of them?
1/4.
How much is 4 of them?
1.
We got 4 in each hand.
1, 2.
1, 2 is called what? 1, 1, 2. 1, 2 is 1/2. And all of them together is a 1 whole. Y'all think y'all can remember that?
Maybe.
Okay, let me test you. I'm going to test you. Let me go get my apple cutter.
Uh-oh. I love doing things.
So this apple cutter is special because it's exactly what we were talking about. How many sides does this apple cutter
1,
cut?
2, 3,
1,
4,
2,
5,
3,
6,
4, 5,
7,
6, 7, 8.
8.
So what's it going to do to the apple?
Make it
Make it cut into what size pieces?
8.
8. Yeah. So if there's 2 of you, how many 8s do you get a piece?
1.
4. Good job.
Cha-cha.
Huh?
I
I was going to use the knife, but I remember this.
Can we
way.
do
Give me
one
the
next?
dates. All right,
Can we
watch
do
it.
another one?
Look, another what?
Can we do another one of the slices? And could I do it?
I have to cut some of this off because it looks like somebody's trying to
Bite it.
bite it. So, how many pieces do you get a piece?
At 4.
4. Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you absolutely positive?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think you figured it out. You figured out fractions up to 1/8. Here is your. Okay, so if I give you these 4 pieces, is it how much of the apple?
4. 1 4. 1 4. 1 2. 1 half.
1/2. Here is your half of the pizza. I mean apple. Here's your 1/2 of the apple. Yes, you can eat it. And that is how we get fractions. A fraction is part of one whole piece. And since there's 2 of you and I had 8 pieces, we split 8 in half. So 4 plus 4 is 8, right? And that makes 1 whole. Look. 8 pieces. You had 8 pieces of apple. Both of you got 4. That was half the apple. And it was 1 whole apple. Ain't that crazy to think? You think you can do that again tomorrow? You think so? Good at this.
Yeah.